So the flat owner files a complaint on RERA portal, which may not take more than 10-15 minutes, and then the builder receives a formal notice. And if it is not fixed, then the RERA authority can take action against the builder, where the builder may be liable to compensate the flat owner for the problem. Builder should not worry about section 14 or RERA. Actually, it's good for the builders also and good for the customers also. Like if any builder who's not doing quality work, then he definitely should be afraid of section 14 and RERA. Hi, my name is Ajay Aggarwal. I have been dealing in building material industry since the past 2 decades. I'll talk about, does a builder's responsibility actually end once a possession is handed over? Actually speaking, under RERA, it begins when the possession is handed over to the customer. So section 14 holds the builder responsible for any kind of defects from 5 years of the handover. So what happens is that most builders they have not read this section maybe very clearly, or they are not seen the problems what it may cause. And on the other hand, the buyers are more and more informed regarding RERA and the sections of RERA, and the buyers are in fact actively using this section to file complaints against the builder. So section 14, section 3, it informs that if there is any defect in any kind of quality, workmanship or services, and if it is reported within 5 years of possession from when the flat owner has taken the possession, so the builder must fix it at his own cost, and that too within a span of just 30 days. I mean, it covers all your faucets, it covers all your sanitary fittings, and it covers all your plumbing material also. And it's just not the structure. In fact, it is all your products which have been installed in the bathroom. So those are also have a warranty of 5 years. Now, just in case if a plumber or the contractor to whom the builder has given the contract, if he does a mistake, still the builder is liable for it, because it is the builder whom we have bought the flat from. It is not the contractor or the plumbing person from whom we have taken the flat. So they are all the people hired by the builder to complete the project. So section 14 clearly says that it's a promoter or the builder who's responsible for any kind of fault which comes into the bathroom. So the builder in fact can pursue, or he can follow up with his contractors or with his plumbing person. He can do it for this, but at the end of the day, it's a builder who's responsible. In this, I'd like to give you context. One of my friend, he took a very luxury apartment where he spent a lot of money, and on the day of the puja, there were a lot of visitors in his apartment who were attending the puja, his friends and relatives. And all of a sudden, somebody started shouting, somebody started telling there is a leakage in the bathroom, where because of which their guests are not able to use the bathroom or wash their hands. And this in fact was very embarrassing for my friend, because in fact after paying so much of money, what he expected was a good quality product. And when some of his friends or relatives started telling this issue, then more number of people started joining them, and they have to use the bathroom. It is not that they can't use they have to use the bathroom for staying for so many hours. So then he was actually more trying to get in touch with the builder or the builder's office or there in the apartment, and in fact he was spending less of time in the puja. So this is one of the problems what will happen. So usually what happens is maybe initially within 12 months you may find that the flushing system is not working properly, or the flush wall is not working properly, or there's some problem in the diverter. And maybe once we take the position, what we can see is we can just notice maybe the sanitary ware, that is your EWCs or your wash basins, in case if there is any crack on it, that is visible. Now we're going to talk about why RERA has selected 5 years specifically, why not more or less for it. So what happens is in the bathroom, for any fault to come, maybe in the first year or initial time, the problems may not be too many, it may be just a few. So after some time, when the complete apartment possession has been taken place and all the people are shifted in, when the usage is more, that's when we come to know if there is any fault, maybe in the pressure water coming in, the inflow of the water, if the pressure is not correct, or when maybe the outflow also is not correct, in case if the plumbing lines are not proper. So down the lane, when we start using the product more and more, that's when we come to know if there are more defects. So that's why RERA has very intelligently to safeguard the interest of the buyers, they have kept a period of 5 years from the date of possession. So as we mentioned, defects show up more in year 2 and 3. So what happens in this is the flat owner, he files a complaint to RERA, and then RERA, he documents it and he files a complaint, and then RERA sends this complaint to the builder. And once the builder receives this complaint, so within 30 days, it is his responsibility to make sure that the complaint is sorted out, it's attended, and there should not be any fault for this. And he has to do this at his own cost. So the flat owner files a complaint on RERA portal, which may not take more than 10-15 minutes. And then the builder receives a formal notice. And from there, the builder gets a time of 30 days to rectify it. And it will also affect the reputation of the builder. Maybe for the future projects, if he is not RERA compliant, then RERA authorities may not give a okay for the project. And in fact, in states like Karnataka, Maharashtra and UP, the RERA authorities are very, very active in enforcing the law. So when the builder is planning for the project, what he looks in for the cost center is how much is spending on the per bathroom or the fittings that he's using for each bathroom. So the cost difference between a quality fitting and a cheap one, it may be just a few hundreds or thousand rupees. That's it, not much. I mean, when you compare this cost to the actual cost of the flat or the actual cost of the project, it may not even be just 1%, it may be below 1%. So these are the places, especially a bathroom is a place where the builder should not compromise. He should always use fittings which are of good quality, and where he is assured that the supplier or the vendor will be able to supply or give the spare parts whenever required. So this is most important. So usually what happens is when they are fixing the concealed fittings, let it be the concealed cisterns or the diverters or the flushing system. So what happens is before the tiling work is done, so the builder has to use a water testing. He has to do the pressure testing on them. So in case when he does the pressure testing, in case there's any leakage from the cistern, from the diverter body or from the flush wall, then this comes into notice. Or if there's any damage in the body, we get into notice of this. So once the tiling work is done, then it is very difficult for the builder to change this. So it is very important for the builder that once before tiling, what all concealed fittings have been installed, he should pressure test them. So this will solve a lot of problem for him. The builder should not worry about section 14 or RERA. Actually, it's good for the builders also and good for the customers also. Like if any builder who's not doing quality work, then he definitely should be afraid of section 14 and RERA. If a builder who's using quality material, who's giving good quality products or at the finished products to his customer, he need not be afraid of RERA or section 14. So the main crux is the builder should always use good quality materials, and the builder should have a proper documentation. That is, it could be the invoices from the partner that is received the material from, and what are the warranty terms. So once all this is there, then the builder does not have to worry at all. So this is what we spoke about section 14 of RERA. So kindly subscribe to my channel, where I'll be talking about the needs, desires and pain points of the builders.